Okay, so we're on the website. They've added new information. Everything is set in motion when a body, the victim, unidentifiable disease, is discovered in an abandoned hotel. FBI analyst Grace Ashcroft is assigned to the case, but the crime scene is at the very same hotel where her mother died 8 years ago, right? That is a crazy coincidence. I feel like there's more going on. She's being sent there for a reason. I feel like that FBI director is behind it, 100%. Grace prepares to finally face the past and make her way to the scene. But this one case leads to uncovering the hidden truth behind the outbreak in Raccoon City, the biological disaster that shook the world. So like, we know what happened in Raccoon City. So like, are we going to uncover what we know, or are they going to change the lore and say, well, actually, this is why it, I feel like they're going to go that route. I feel like it's going to be about that Beachman guy that now I'm just learning about, has been around forever and worked with Spencer, and they tapped into that lore in Resident Evil 7, but he's like the guy that's part of the connections, which makes so much sense. Will this be the Requiem that finally lays the memories of the abhorrent disaster to rest? But I guess I read this and I was just like, I don't get what they want to do with that. That's what I'm thinking, Mike. It's got to be another founder. It's got to be somebody else that was there with them. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense to me. Umbrella faked their collapse to work in the shadows, and the connections and stuff, I don't know if we ever got to see that fully play out. I think there's more here. Grace Ashcroft, an intelligence analyst for the FBI who demonstrates intense focus and insight in deductive reasoning and analysis. Her mother's death shook her to her soul, making her an introvert who immerses herself in work. So she heeds to the abandoned hotel alone. Alone! We found a body. I need you to go investigate this hotel where your mother died, and probably other people, by yourself. Like, I get you're an introvert, but nobody in their right minds would go into this abandoned hotel where all these people died, including your mother, by yourself. That sounds ridiculous. I don't care how much of an introvert you are, that's stupid. So she heeds to the abandoned hotel alone to investigate this mysterious death. Okay, well, it was a bad idea. Oh, look at this is what happens. She's like, I'm gonna go alone. Oh, this is not good. Oh, this is bad. Return once again to the city of disaster and despair. Yeah, pumped. Absolutely pumped to return to Raccoon City. Raccoon City, a Midwestern city in the United States and the headquarters for the Umbrella did collapse in this universe, okay. They just didn't talk about it in 4 like they did in the original. The former global pharmaceutical company, Umbrella. In the face of the zombie outbreak in 1998, the government approved a sterilization operation, a missile strike on the city, in an attempt to quickly bring the situation under control. But this was swiftly covered up. Gameplay. Experience the series' classic survival horror through combat, investigations, puzzles, and resource management. Gameplay allows you to freely switch between first and third person views. They're finally doing it! Hopefully it's got VR. To face the horrors in a way that suits your playstyle. Actually, hopefully it's got fixed camera angles. Resident Evil 5 Lost in Nightmares Easter egg, add that fixed cam. Oh my god, I love that. I'd die if they actually did that. But yeah, so like interesting news, like not a lot, but like enough to make me think. I've been thinking about it all day, like what does that mean? And why is she so stupid? Why would she go by herself? Now the demo did say that you find empty glass bottles and you can throw them. And I don't think you throw them at the shackled creature to kill it. I think you throw them as distraction, but nobody ever specified, at least from what I've heard, on what those bottles do other than you can use it as a weapon. So I think it's to distract the creature so you can run one way to get the fuse. But a lot of people are like, is it just gonna be like Outlast style where there's no combat with Grace? Well, no, because she's holding a gun right there. So she will get, it's gonna be like 7. She even got the same pistol that Ethan has. It's gonna be like 7 where it starts out, it's got those moments where it's like when you're getting away from Jack Baker, mixed with Marguerite's where she's climbing around and going up on the ceiling. I think it'll be fine. And there's another character that's fully equipped, they said, which probably Leon, but I don't know, that's everybody's speculation, including mine. Yeah, so there's gonna be a fully equipped character, and what that makes me think is sort of like Resident Evil Village, where you play most as Ethan, then all of a sudden you're Chris for a big chunk of the game, and you never seen that coming. Or like Resident Evil 7, where you're like Ethan, and then all of a sudden you're Mia, but maybe like extended. Maybe it's even the opposite way, where you start off as Grace, and that whole section is just the beginning of the game, and then you actually play as a main character. They said she's the main character, but they also alluded to a second character, so What do you guys think? If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and for all the latest Resident Evil 9 Requiem news, make sure to subscribe. The Residents of Evil is a Patreon-supported channel and also supported by our YouTube members. So if you'd like to become a member and unlock access to custom badges, emojis, and exclusive live streams, click that join button down below. You can join our survival horror community on Discord, link will be in the description, and I have the Duke here to tell you a little about our sponsor, G Fuel.
Do you have need of anything for the road ahead? The Residents of Evil has expanded its services. Perhaps you're in need of a little pick-me-up. I recommend the G Fuel. You can even get a fair discount if you use the code ROE upon purchase. And as always, we thank you for your patronage, stranger.
As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we hope to see you back at the Residents of Evil.